Day 2 of the Junior Olympics, Session 2 is underway, and a brand new counterattack live here at Stanford is up next. Hey everyone, Greg Meskel here. Thanks for joining us on the Counterattack Live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation. We are here on day 2 of Session 2. Girls action is in full swing. We go to the fan cam right now as we are joined by some of our friends here from Royal 559. We're going to talk with the team here a little bit later on. Alexis will join us from Royal 559. They're representing the Central Valley here, Clovis, Fresno area, and more to come as well. We're going to talk with Team USA's Jamie Nuschel, who knows a thing or two about the Junior Olympics. She won 7 gold medals in her time as a JO athlete, and of course she's gone on to big things with Stanford and then Team USA these days. We'll also talk with our good friends from Sisu, the mouth guard company, about how you can keep your grill in good shape here when you're playing water polo, and so much more. But first we start with our scoreboard, right? We're gonna look at some of the results here from the first part of day 2 at the Junior Olympics, and we kick it off with some 10U action in the 10U Girls Championship here. A couple of early scores coming in. Shore Aquatics and La Marinda, early winners. Scores still to come in for the Stanford Shore and Vanguard Diablo matchups. From there we go to the 10U mixed division here, the co-ed action. SoCal all over Foothill. Newport Beach, a winner over Greenwich. American River taking down Northwood, and of course Shore beating Santa Barbara 805 11-3. Moving on now, 12U girls action. Don't forget all these results available at usawaterpolo.org underneath the Junior Olympics section. La Jolla, a big winner over AR 16-2. Low scoring affair, Northwood edging Huntington Beach 3-2. Rose Bowl Lakewood over Diablo Alliance 6-4. SC Tritons just sliding past the San Jose Express. 14U championship action now. We keep it moving. The Pacific Coast Riptides 8-2 over Rose Bowl. Set 1 goal better than Pride. Navy getting past one of the memorable names here, Praetorian 8-3. 16U championship now, moving right along. Set 1 goal better than 680. That was a close one. And then another set squad beating the Shores of San Diego. Puget Sound, a winner over OC Riptide, and then unfortunately, we'll talk to them soon, but Royal 559, one of their teams losing to Newport Beach 9-8. Rose Bowl winner over Stanford. 18 and under up next here on the scoreboard. And Riptide's high-scoring affair over the Midwest NIPC 13-12. Shootout action. Santa Cruz Waxham picks up the win. Also CDM Aquatics going shootout, and Vanguard Red going shootout. A lot of shootouts here on day 2 as teams jockeying for position to get into that semifinal and medal round conversation. Santa Barbara 805, the big win over Chop White A. So that's a quick look at just some of the scores. By no means all of the scores. There are so many results here between championship and classic. Go to usawaterpolo.org, visit the Junior Olympics section, get your scores updated, find out where your favorite team is headed, watch them in person. Also, don't forget live streaming here of 3 courses at Stanford, Baker, Berlardi, and Avery at flowswimming.com, and especially Avery come Sunday. That's championship day. Medals awarded in both 10U divisions, 12s, 14s, 16s, 18s, all at flowswimming.com. Discounted pricing here for streaming there available. Well, so much more to come here on the counterattack. We're going to talk, of course, with Team USA's Jamie Nuschel after the break. We also caught up with the first ever 10U co-ed team in the JOs from Hawaii. A great story there. Some great young folks we talked to just yesterday. We'll have that story coming up. But for now, quick timeout. We come back with Jamie Nuschel from Team USA. You're watching the Counterattack live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
And we welcome you back here to Stanford University, the Counterattack Live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation. Great to welcome in Jamie Neuschel from Team USA. Thanks for swinging by here to chat with us.
No worries.
So, Jamie, you know this event so well, right? You played with the Santa Barbara clubs on your way up in age group polo, 7 gold medals, very successful. What memories stand out about being at JO's?
There's a lot. I think just the memories I make with my teammates and all the different teammates I had going through club and playing on multiple teams, and of course playing at Stanford and the stadium pool was always super fun. But I think more of the stuff we did out of the water, just team bonding wise and just the relationships I made, those are the most precious memories I have.
Yeah, obviously there's so many games here, there's so many results, but you get the vibe looking at all these clubs, and we see some of the teams here behind us. They really enjoy spending time with each other. You don't get that after you move on from club water polo in some respects. How much did you enjoy just being part of a group that was training together, traveling together, and getting to play in the biggest tournaments?
I loved it. It gave me everything, taught me skills that I needed to play water polo, and that's why I'm back now. I'm watching my little sister, and I'm watching my club play, and just the camaraderie, and like anytime you can get to a 12 and under game or a 10 and under game, or the 10s and the 12s comes cheer on the 16s. There's just teams everywhere and families that build that club and that relationships that last a really long time.
You've now gone on to do great things at Stanford, obviously winning NCAA titles, and then with Team USA World Championships. How much did the club scene and taking part in a big events like this, do you think, help set the stage for what you're able to do later in life?
I think it really helped me with where I am now and taught me just tons of skills that I needed and that I see myself needing later when maybe I enter the workforce and get out of the pool. But I don't know, I got to play all these different roles on all these different teams, sometimes being a leader, sometimes being more of a role player, and just learned a bunch of, I think, really valuable lessons in and out of the water.
This pool is so commonplace to you. You spend a lot of time, I'm sure, training in here. I wonder if the first thing you think when you walk in here is almost like some grueling swim sets, but I want to ask you about playing in that Avery pool. You're used to it. So many kids walk in that door wide-eyed. They can't believe they get to play a game here. How do you describe what it is to play there when there's a lot on the line and it's a big crowd?
I played a national championship there, which is probably my best memory of that pool, and the stands were full, and it's a rush. I mean, I've had butterflies in my stomach looking up at the crowds, and it's just set up in a way that I think makes spectating the sport a part of the experience as well. It's a really, really special facility, and I still get flushes of memories when I walk on. And there are some not so good memories, but it's been a lot of fun, and I love being up here.
Now you've also moved on to play with the USA Women's Senior National Team. We had your teammate Ashley Johnson on yesterday and just talking about the dominance of this program. And you've been able to kind of step right in, almost like catching a speeding train a bit, right? They're just cruising right along, and you've been able to make yourself a part of this squad. For those that aren't a part of it, it's a small group. What is it like to be on a team that is seemingly always so finely tuned and always ready for the biggest game?
I mean, it's obviously incredible. It's fun to play water polo at that level, and with these people who have such a good understanding of the sport. We get to play it fast, and we get to play it together. And but there's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes, and it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Sure. It gets pretty grueling at times, and you have to push through a lot of adversity. But it's really special coming out the other end and getting to compete and represent your country. And by no means is it like you're ever set in stone or over yet, but I'm just enjoying the ride while I can.
Whether it's playing at Stanford, where you were on a very talented team, or with your club, with the national team, there is that thought some have that, right, surrounding yourself with excellent players makes you better. Did you see that at all? Can you think of a moment where either with Stanford or with Team USA, where you felt like being with this elite group took you to another level?
Absolutely. I mean, some of the biggest growth I made was getting thrown on my club team onto older girls teams. Sure. Or being on a younger girls team and playing against older players that were more experienced. And I got to play with my older sister a lot and learned a lot just by studying these people, even while I was playing against them, feeling what they were doing to me and seeing if I could memorize those things. And I think that's super important, especially if you're a young kid out at JOs and you can go watch some of the higher level 18 under teams, just studying other people. And if you get the chance to play with great players, feeding off of their energy and trying to raise your level of play, it becomes easy. You don't really have to think about raising it. You can lean on your teammates to do that.
Last thing I want to ask you about is, yesterday we talked to Ashley about her JO experience, and she said, well, when we came here, it was an uphill battle. We knew that we were not a favorite. We were gunning for the Santa Barbaras. We were trying to upset them. I want to ask you from the opposite side of the coin, right? You would come into JOs every year, and people would say, well, odds are we're going to have to get through Santa Barbara if we want to win a medal. For the teams here that are competing and they're the favorites, or they have the big expectations, how do you handle going into a tournament where the expectations are gold or nothing else?
The nice thing about JOs and just being on a club was I never got super nervous about it. It was always pretty light-hearted, and I feel like we approached it trying to have a good time, just like any other team showing up. And it was always fun to see all these teams from across the country that were coming and competing, and I honestly just felt grateful for the opportunities that I had, and I wanted to represent my club the best way possible. So if there's any pressure, I usually put it on myself, but it definitely got competitive, and we were very familiar with clubs that we played every weekend, and I knew what I was going to have to be up against and tried to prepare myself for that. And I feel like the same thing happens now on the national team, and the same thing happened at Stanford. So it's just the level of play has elevated, but this lessons that JOs gave me are helped me all along the way.
Excellent. Jamie Neutral, world champion with Team USA. They're back in action, Jamie and the team, August 19th versus Australia in Berkeley at Cal. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a timeout. Come back right after this. You're watching the Counterattack Live at JOs, powered by Water Polo Nation.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Hey, we're back here on the Counterattack Live, and now we're talking club water polo. That's what JOs is all about. Alexis Jodine from the Royal 559 14U squad. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Thank you.
Hey, so tell me about this Junior Olympics experience from a player's standpoint. What is it like to be a part of the biggest tournament in the world?
It's like super fun because you get so much experience and you get to play the best people in the nation, and it's incredible. It's great.
So your team playing well so far, only lost
Yeah.
one game. You're back at it this afternoon. What are the expectations for this Royal team?
We need good defense and good counterattacks,
Sure.
of course. Yeah.
And then looking at results at the end, right? So some
Yeah.
teams come in wanting to win a medal, or they want to finish top 10 or 5. What are the
Yeah.
goals that you and the coaches have talked about?
We've talked about trying our best just to get as far as we can to do our best, of course, yeah.
And so when it's all over, right, you talk about doing your best, right? And that's, I think for some, their best is different for one team versus another. What do you feel like your best will be? What does that look like in the pool?
Watching where the ball is, keeping our head moving around, and being aware of what is going on in the pool.
So for those that don't know, Royal 559, we know Central Valley area. What are the towns that make up this club?
Fresno, Clovis. Some people are from schools called around like Reedley, Kingsburg, everywhere in the Central Valley pretty much.
And so this
lot
is
of
an area
places.
that I think we're seeing the sport of water polo grow, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people think of water polo as bigger in maybe Orange County or in this area or in
Yeah.
other parts of the country. Tell me about the pride you and the rest of the women have about kind of representing that Fresno-Clovis area.
We want to represent it as much as we can because we want to show people that we're just not just little towns in the middle of the state. We are big. We know water polo.
And we just saw Fresno State, right, recently started a women's water polo program. How exciting is that? Not that everyone's from Royal is going to go right to Fresno State, but how exciting is it to have a varsity program right there?
It's great. I've been to a few camps with the coach, and I've been to all the games, and they are amazing to watch.
There is more to water polo than just the competition, especially at JOs. There's the travel, there's the bonding. Tell me about kind of the closeness of your group and maybe some of the fun stuff you've done outside of the games.
Outside of the games, we had, before we left, we went to laser tag as a team bonding.
Nice.
It was so fun. I love my team. It is so good to bond with them. Yeah.
Where's the team more competitive? Was it in laser tag or in water polo?
Laser tag, for
Laser
sure.
tag. I could imagine that things would get pretty serious. You're here at this venue here at Stanford. We're just talking to Jamie Nuschel, who played collegially here.
Yeah.
For those that haven't gotten the chance yet, what is it like to just be around this pool, to dream about playing in this pool?
It's incredible. I would love to go here. I mean, the campus is huge, I have to say, and it is so good to like be here and just to see everything.
And last thing I want to ask you about is, how does taking part in an event like this, how do you think it'll make you better as a player, and how do you think it'll make your team better going forward?
It'll give us more experience to to play bigger teams and to get farther in the polo.
Sure.
And yeah, that's
and
pretty
then how about for yourself? How do you think you'll improve as a player over these 4 days?
I think I can get more experience, of course.
Sure.
Yeah. And experience can help with defense, offense, everything like that, yeah.
Awesome, very cool. Well, Alexis Jodine, Royal 559, good luck with today's game and the rest of the way. All right, we'll take a timeout. We're back with more Counterattack Live. We're talking mouth guards with our good pals from Sisu after this. You're watching the Counterattack Live at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
Counterattack Live here at JO's, powered by Water Polo Nation. Greg Meskel here with you. Thanks for joining us. We're here on day 2, session 2, girls action. Now we're talking mouth guards. Sierra Soleimani from Sisu, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. We're really excited to be here to kick off our partnership with USA Water Polo. It's really exciting to see that people are starting to be more receptive to mouth guards and water polo. They're realizing that this is the toughest sport in the pool. And you know, it's just been so cool to see all these amazing athletes being so passionate about their sport.
So very cool. It was funny, Alexis Jodine from Royal 559, right as she was leaving, she saw you and said, wait a minute, I have 2 of those mouth guards, so you're already making an impact here with the Royal 559 Club. Let's talk about the mouth guard and the one that your group is offering. What makes it stand out? What makes it special? What sets it apart?
So the great thing about this mouth guard is that you can talk, breathe, and drink with it. Traditional mouth guards are really bulky, you choke on them. Actually, I have mine right here.
Excellent.
Stays in place. I can talk, no problem, comfortable, awesome.
Ready for contact right here on the Counterattack.
And it's super protective, so all of our mouth guards come with a $35,000 dental warranty in case you break or chip a tooth.
Now you're here at the Vendor Village. You have a tent literally next door to us. Folks that are about, maybe they haven't come to Stanford yet, they'll be here soon. What can they get into when they come over to your tent?
Well, we're doing fittings, so if you buy one today, we will fit you. We have bracelets, carabiners, and tons of colors to choose from.
And we also want to put it out there that, of course, this mouth guard, of course, approved to be in water polo competition. It is obviously smaller than some other mouth guards, less bulky. For people that aren't here, they want to know more about it, maybe they want to buy one or look into it, where can they go to find more information?
Yeah, we're available on sisuguard.com, and we're also on Amazon. We have a bunch of retailers, local retailers in the area, so come check us out.
And we talked about the relationship you said early on. Very excited to partner here with USA Water Polo. You're seeing more folks in the sport get into the mouth guard, realize its benefits. What led you to join forces with USA Water Polo, and kind of what has you excited about this whole operation?
Yeah, so USA Water Polo actually reached out to us because they noticed a lot of their men's national team players were wearing our mouth guards. So they thought it would be a perfect collaboration for us to introduce a mouth guard that players might actually wear and be willing to wear it because they don't notice it. Your gear should never get in the way of your game.
Yeah, and it sounds like the folks at CSU there have done a nice job really inventing something that is not going to hinder performance. And if it can work for the national team, right, it seems like it can work for every level.
Absolutely, yeah. We have our own research and development lab. We put a lot of thought into this material. We have 5 patents, and we developed it with a grant from the National Science Foundation.
Very cool, and you've been wearing this for the last few minutes, talking away, and
Yeah.
I can understand everything you're saying. That's perfect for in the huddle, in the pool. Sierra, thanks so much for stopping by. Folks, visit Sisu and their tent here at the Vendor Village. We'll take another timeout. We're back with more Counterattack Live at the JOs, powered by Water Polo Nation.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Welcome back to the Counterattack Live here at JOs, powered by Water Polo Nation. Greg Meskel here with you on day 2 of session 2 in the full swing of the girls tournament here, working our way towards Championship Sunday right here at Stanford in the Avery Pool. But more than the championships, this is about bringing clubs together for opportunities. We've talked to all kinds of teams throughout the week. Some are focused on getting a medal, some are focused on getting better, some, like this group from Hawaii in the 10U co-ed division, just focused on getting some good experience. We caught up with them yesterday at Leland High School down in San Jose.
surprisingly, we have 3 of our coaches all have kids that happen to be the same age. Actually, 4 of our coaches, the other one couldn't make it. But we needed to move them forward in water polo, and there's not a lot of options. So we sort of threw together this team, started recruiting from all over the islands and seeing who was willing to do it, and have been training together for the last 6 months, and that's how we got here.
I didn't really hear much about it. My dad was just like, oh, Ava, you're going to Junior Olympics to play water polo. I'm like, okay. And so just got here, was looking around. It's fun because we meet new people, and it's just a great team. Every time if we do something bad, we kind of like focus on and keep doing it and try to do it better.
Some of the families came out early. They did Golden Gate Bridge, Fisherman's Wharf. Some of them went out to the mountains. We're actually staying in a train caboose. We wanted to go camping, but the campgrounds were too far away. We really wanted to make it about the experience. Water polo is great and everything, but really the lessons that they're going to learn is more about everything that happened in the trip.
Well, we just want to have fun and help each other out and maybe win a few games.
Great stuff there from that Hawaiian group from Oahu. Thanks to Coach Echo Lapp and the athletes there for talking with us yesterday. Such well-spoken 10 and under water polo players. Exciting stuff. They're starting their Junior Olympics journey here in Northern California in 2018. More stories to come as we look ahead the rest of the week. We're back at it tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific time here at Stanford. Another Counterattack Live, looking to talk with athletes from the Brooklyn Hustle Water Polo Club, and other interviews on the way here the rest of the week. Hopefully catch up with more teams taking part here in the Junior Olympics. Now we'll close out the program as we do every episode with our social media send-off, the best of water polo on the internet. You can participate. Use the hashtag 2018JOs or Counterattack. You can tag us at USAWP, and we'll look to feature some of your best material right here on the program. We jump right in first with the most important meal of the day. It's breakfast. That's where Northwest Water Polo was making sure to hit up Rocky's Cafe here, the 14 and under squad. I'm partial to Hobie's here in the Bay Area, but this is Rocky's getting a meal in here. A couple of omelets on the way, it looks like. From there, San Jose Aquatics, one of the local teams, their 12U team, all ready to go. Coach Hannah and Coach Nick ready for action in this one via the SJA Water Polo Instagram account. After that, we go to Memorial High School. We were catching up with them earlier today on our social media accounts. Our good pal Cherie there talking with some of the athletes. Appreciate Memorial High School Aquatics tweeting this out, and see there, they use the hashtag 2018JOs. That's how we found it. And last but not least, our official photographer, KLC Photos, Catherine Hain. This is how you start any water polo game. Referee, the folks in white, got to drop that ball, and that's how things get started here. That via her Catherine Hain photo Twitter account. And those are some of the best things we saw thus far through the first half of day 2, session 2 here at the Junior Olympics. Don't forget, we're back with more tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific, right here on the USA Water Polo Facebook, the Water Polo Nation YouTube, or you can come by and hang out in the fan zone right here behind us in the Stanford Vendor Village area. We are back with more. In the meantime, check out flowswimming.com, live streaming of 3 courses here at the Stanford University Avery Aquatic Center. That's all for now. Thanks to our guests from Royal 559, Sisu and Team USA's Jamie Neuschel. Greg Messel signing off. Back tonight at 8 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.